Let's see. Clickety click. Click click. Hello. Eh. Eh. Okay. I'm gonna check the audio real quick. Okay. Could you speak one sentence, please?
Hi.
Beautiful. Okay, nice. Audio is great. It's great.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. So I'm really sad that Kutra couldn't make it, but Phil has a tendency. I had to look at the chat just to make sure that he's like doesn't pop up, but like, so he has a tendency to voice every boy he sees, literally anything. So if he sends me his lines, for example, he would also mix in Sean's lines in there. Hence, the audio would be like an extra 5 minutes long.
So you have to edit.
Okay, so you'll probably hear like Phil's like princely voice, which is, it's great.
That's awesome. You can tell he's really passionate about voice acting.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
He is. And he's super great, super nice. He's like a teddy bear.
Aww. That's the impression I get of him. I haven't really talked like one-on-one with him, really.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems really cool.
Super cool. Wait.
It's just kind of funny because I'm used to just hearing your voice all the time, not really like talking one-on-one with you either, and it's just kind of like, oh, I'm used to hearing your voice, so.
Thank you. I'm bowing my head, but you can't tell, but like Also, I've been fast passing a lot, and I really like how the story's going, and I'm really crying at the same time.
Yay! I'm glad.
But Pan kind of like, not like peer pressured me, but she kind of like went on that route, just like, you better do it because I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. I'm like, okay, you know what, it's fine, I'll do it. And I did. Yes, of course. It's so good. Thinking about the story is so good. Okay. I want to start the stream when Phil's here, but I don't know how long he's gonna take to warm up. But it's okay. We're already past Phil's time.
Is his time zone different?
No, he's also in California.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's I didn't realize today was his brother's birthday today.
Oh.
And I felt so bad. And he's like, no, but it's okay, I can make it. I'm like, but it's your brother. And he's like, it's okay, I can make it. So he said he'll make it, but I'll start the stream in like 5 minutes.
Okay, and you can pop in.
But enough about me, because I keep babbling. How's your day?
Oh, it was good. Pretty relaxed. I'm glad I'm not working on a deadline right now. Chapter for this week is in. What else? I don't know. It's just kind of sad though, because and I feel like a lot of other creators feel this way, but since we're on Fast Pass, we're sort of like 3 weeks ahead or like a month ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're excited about a chapter, like, oh man, yeah, I just finished this chapter, I'm really excited about it, like people won't really read it. The majority of people won't read it until like a month from then.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, oh, okay. I can't spoil it either, so.
So if you don't mind me asking, for like deadlines, is it like, do you have like a week for like that one deadline, or
yeah, well, pretty much. Well, we're supposed to submit like 3 days before, but most of like the creators kind of do it last minute, and then like probably they upload a few hours before, like they the actual update. I talked to some other creators and they're like, yeah, me too. I turned in it like really late. And I'm just like, me too. But I think ever since the hiatus, I've been pretty good at submitting earlier than I'm used to. So I think the hiatus helped. No, stop. Sorry, I'm getting like text messages. I should mute that.
That's fine. That's fine. But that's kind of cool, to be honest, because that kind of just reminds me of just like homework, but but I never knew it was. I always thought it was like maybe like in a week in advance or something.
No,
like that.
Usually the episode I release is like the episode that I worked on that week.
So it's not like.
So yeah, the editors kind of push of course Webtoon pushes that like we have a buffer. And I know a lot of other creators, they have buffers, but like usually that buffer disappears eventually, and then you're just like making it by the week.
Oh, that's cool, but that's also a lot of pressure. Big yikes.
It's a lifestyle, but it's okay.
Yeah, like because my friends and I talk about we talk about True Beauty, and one of my friends has a fast pass for True Beauty, and their fast pass is like what 5-6 chapters in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, that's a lot. Frick. Oh my god. Oh, sorry.
I think especially for like the Korean translated ones, especially since like they're like originally Korean, so they have enough episodes to dub in or translate in English, and then have enough chapters to put aside for fast pass, and then but it's only been a recent thing like this year for the American creators to adjust.
It's cool though. Okay, haven't been keeping track, but we'll start anyways. Let me change this to public. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we should be live.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Okay, let me check. I'll also send you the link too.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Gross. Oh, gross! Oh, no. Sounds so nasally. That's gross.
You sound fine.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we'll just let that sink in for a little bit. I'll probably let the Discord know also. Do you have a Discord as well? Oh, shoot. Do you have a Discord as well, Miso? Or do you just use Line?
What's that?
Do you use Discord? Well, I'm guessing.
I use both.
Oh, you use both?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Here, I can send you a link to the server, but the server is really quiet. Sorry, hold on. Okay. And Discord's lagging, so I'll probably just do that later. Okay. Okay. Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm checking all my stuff. I'm just like, please.
I was going to announce this on Discord, but it was lagging a little bit. But hey, Phil, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm off of work, so I'm even better. So.
Yes.
Nice. You must be tired, though. Well, hopefully you could just relax now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to relax and record for people.
Yes. Okay.
But not from Macon. Sorry, this is a normal thing. I promise.
Phil always teases me about not including him in other comic dubs that I do. But I include you in a lot of stuff.
I'm lonely. Yeah, as dad.
Okay. More.
It's all right. I happily take them, so it's fine.
I gotta put this in Kiza server. Hold on. Do this promo stuff. I should have done this earlier.
It's okay. No worries.
I'm stressing about it.
Don't stress about it. You're fine. Why? Why do you do that to yourself?
Okay, this should be good for now. Okay. So, the chat is live. So, hi everybody. So, you can probably tell from like the title, I have here a special guest. Say hi, Miso.
Hi.
And I also have another special guest. Say hi, Phil. So,
hi.
We're just gonna do like a little Q&A thing, or just more like just kind of talk. Because why not?
Yeah, I'm fine with
that.
Okay. So I had asked Cham or Pan if they had any questions for you, Miso. And one from what was that?
Sorry. I opened the YouTube window and then I think like it started to echo.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I muted that too. I'm just like, I don't want to.
Wait, it might happen again. Then I think like it started to echo.
Oh, okay.
It's weird because I listen to myself all the time when I'm recording, and at the same time, I'm like, please, I don't want to hear myself on streams. So I'll bring the stream up so I can see the chat, but I'm just like, let me mute that.
Okay.
Okay. So one question is tips for anyone who wants to be a Webtoon artist.
Ooh, I feel like I get this one a lot.
It's because you're good at it.
Yes!
Aww. Shut up.
Well, I'm sitting here recording for both of your webtoons for Macon and another wonderful whisper, so you know, I think I have a little more credence to say it. Not like I needed it. Everyone agrees.
Fair enough. Advice for any aspiring creators: just do it for fun. Don't think too much about what you think other people want to read. Just pick something that you're really passionate about and that you'll have fun with, so that way you won't get tired of whatever you're writing about or drawing. And I think that's it. Because I've had like a lot of young creators, especially like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't think people will like that much. But if you put your heart into something, then people will see it and then they'll like it just as much as you do.
Oh, such a wise answer.
Okay, sure, thanks. I'm glad you think so.
I think it is. So wise. Yes, applause. Okay, anyways. Another question is, what qualities does it take to become a sustainable content creator and prevent burnout?
Wait, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah. What qualities does it take to become a sustainable content creator and prevent burnout?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. I think an important thing about being a creator is that you really have to be passionate about it. You can't just be like, oh, like, I guess I kind of like drawing. No, you have to like love drawing. And like, it is important to give yourself breaks from time to time. Make sure you stretch. You have to take care of your health and your body, and of course, like your hands. If you want to keep consistently doing what you're doing. And I think. Sorry, I'm still like kind of like thinking.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, I blank all the time.
Yeah.
Which mine's far worse. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now because it does happen. A lot of artists get burnouts and stuff, but I think it's good to take a breather sometimes. Sometimes you have to just, do something else for like maybe an hour or so, or maybe even a whole day. Take a whole day off, and then, like, I don't know. I hear that some other creators, they look at art that inspires them. They probably read other comics, and usually that gets them back to, refreshes them. And yeah, that's my answer to it. I'm sorry it's not so helpful, but
it's perfect.
It's what I got.
It's perfect.
No, like I made like I was like mentioning to a friend one time, when even like just putting something together or just like video editing something, it requires a lot of motivation. And then there was at one point where I just felt so pressured to like upload something. So I had to turn everything off to kind of just breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand like what kind of standpoint that you're mentioning. So yeah.
No, yeah, like detaching from the internet and social media and stuff, it helps.
Okay. One question from chat. Was there any previous titles for Siren's Lament?
Like the title itself?
So like did you change the title several times before it became officially?
Actually, the title kind of was the concept of it. So the very first thing that I came up with, like way before the characters or the idea of the story, was the title itself, Siren's Lament.
Oh,
that's amazing.
That's so cool.
And then I did some world building because it started kind of with a question, was that like, what if sirens weren't the bad guys? What if they were, humans with feelings and it was like a curse, just the whole story thing. You guys already know. But I like the ring of Siren's Lament, and that's where it started. So yeah.
It's great.
Thank you.
I always gosh, it's always myself and like another friend of mine that like vents out to Phil about anything, just Siren's Lament related, but he's not caught up yet, so I can't really say anything.
Okay, no spoilers.
I'm not that far behind. God.
Still.
Good Lord. Well, maybe if we have extra time, I can read through it, because so many webcomics I will read through live.
Yes.
It's pretty constant.
Yes.
It's great.
Like last week, I think it was last week, I read Purple Hyacinth. I had to catch up with that.
Woo!
And then I read Age Matters with Ruka, who's doing the My Dear Cold-Blooded
Right.
My Dear Cold-Blooded King dub. And so like so often I'm just like, I'm gonna read through this, guys, and then I'll read it live.
That's so much fun. I love listening to those.
Yeah. Phil is very famous within Discord calls that
why do you?
for like cold reads.
Ooh.
So he loves.
I cold read everything.
Yes, cold reads everything.
Are cold reads just like live readings?
So a cold read is where, well, it depends, but usually a cold read means that the person hasn't been exposed to the material before. They're looking at it for the first time. So for me, since I'm catching up, the chapters that I'm catching up on are reads that I haven't seen yet. So I'm just sitting there like, so I'll read through them. It's my first interpretation. So and then when it finally gets to the point where Macon's like, hey, record this chapter, it's like, well, I've read it. So it's not so much a cold read. It's me looking at it and going, okay, how do I do this? And I've done that with that. I'm part of another YouTube channel for that Macon is also part of, where we do role plays, like audio role playing.
It's kind of more impromptu, right?
Yeah, the Royal Voices. So that one's much more impromptu because everyone writes their own scripts, and you get a bunch of writers in like one Discord server, and they're all writing things. So then they'll put their scripts out, and I'm like, I feel like cold reading, and then I'll pull out a script. I have not gotten to read Macon scripts, though I like them. I have cold read her fan fiction.
We don't talk about that.
Fan fictions?
We're all writers here. There's no shame in that. Well, I'm not, but but I read everyone's writing. I have a great respect for you all. You guys make amazing material, and without you guys writing such wonderful things, I wouldn't have anything to read out loud. So I love it. So
Likewise,
voice acting
you're a very talented voice actor.
Oh,
props to you.
Yes.
You're too nice.
See,
and
you can't take it back now because Miso said it.
I owe you way more than I ever could pay you back for. So, with everything that went before, it's a big deal. So
yeah, it's really cool because I don't really know much about the voice acting community, like, cold reads and stuff. So it's really interesting hearing about what it's like on that side.
Oh, by all means, if you have any questions or anything, I will gladly answer them.
Awesome.
I've helped. I remember when Macon first started with editing and voice acting and all of that. So I was there to give little pointers here and there. And then she learned from a bunch of other great editors. And, now we look at all her edits now, and it's freaking amazing. So she's come so far ahead. Like, she's just jumped ahead of the curve, and it's great.
Thank you.
Good. Accept it.
How long has it been already? You've been editing for like 2 years or so?
I think the first episode was uploaded in 2016.
So almost 3 years?
Yeah, I think.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then everyone does those. Everyone does those edit. What is it? Before and after. What do they call it? Shoot.
Is it like a remake or something?
Yeah, it's not art versus artist. It's just draw it again. That's what.
Oh.
I do that. Like I want to do covers, and then I listen to old covers, and I'm just like, I want to redo that. Like for Ruka's MV, her live action MV for Siren's Lament. Was that Ruka? Was it? That was Ruka.
Yeah, she did one. Yeah.
Yeah, I recovered that. So that song that she uses in that was a re-recording that I gave her. So I was like, I want to do it again. The other one. So I'm just like, I'm gonna do it again for you, and then I did. So
yes. There's so many things that I want to redo. I keep getting comments from like the very first episode, and then they kind of like, I'm not surprised when they would comment like, oh, I wasn't really interested at first, but I'm starting to get the hang of it now, so I think it looks great so far. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty ugly a few years ago. Big yikes.
Yeah. I think that's how I sort of feel when, like, I look at really old chapters of Siren's Lament, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I could have redone that chapter, but it is what it is. It's out there. But so it's okay.
Yeah.
I know that's a big one too. Is you sometimes you want to redo them, and you're like, that's in the past. Don't you don't want to get stuck remaking everything over and over again, and that's so rough because you're just like, but I can do better.
Yeah, but if it weren't for like the times that you look back on, you're like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, if it wasn't for those times, you wouldn't be where you are right now,
Mm-hmm.
So I learned to sort of appreciate like even the stuff that you don't really like from the past, because you're where you are right now just because of that.
That's so true.
So I have a question, Miso.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel when you first got featured as a webtoon artist? When you moved from being, maybe you had your own web comics, and then finally they're like, no, we want to make you featured in a big deal. How did that feel?
It was really interesting because Webtoon is constantly growing. So back in the day, there was a lot less people like on Webtoon. And Siren's Lament wasn't my first title with them. It was actually like Where Tangents Meet from like about a year before. I actually just posted that comic for fun. It was something that I started it was a story that I started when I was 17. So of course it's just like a simple high school romance sort of thing. And when I it was a real shock to me because I was like, oh, whoa, wow, they want to hire me. And it all happened pretty fast because I remember only having like the first few episodes of Where Tangents Meet out, and then I got featured, and it was, I don't know, everything just happened sort of really fast. I'm not really sure how to explain, but I feel like I was really lucky and I was in a good place at a good time.
Oh, good. It would have been awful if you had got it and you're like really excited, but then the pressure of being featured for the first time. So I'm glad that you were in a good place because it's led to so many wonderful things that we get to enjoy. So
yes, well said. Very well said.
Yes. Okay. Stop. Okay.
It's adorable. I was recording a video the other day and through the entire thing, because I got to yell a lot for it. She was just like, yes, discipline him. It just... yeah, I was playing Leon for Pokemon Shield, the new champion, and then his brother. And it was just this fun thing that I wanted to yell for. And through that whole thing, she was just sitting there laughing and so excited to hear the very violent discipline that the older brother was giving his younger brother. And it was just the funniest thing.
That must be so satisfying.
Oh, being the oldest, it really is. I love doing it, and it's with the most love I could give, right?
Disciplining your younger sibling, like hitting them and just being like, you could do better, or is this like,
Oh, I give my brothers a whack every now and again. They're 23, so it's fine. I'm not sitting there hurting kids.
I give my brother all the time. Phil knows this because he's like a witness. So my brother has a tendency to just barge into my room whenever he pleases, and because I have a Nintendo Switch installed in my room, so he just comes into my room, jumps on my bed, and just starts to play. And I tell him, don't come in here unless you knock first. And he looks at me. He's like, what are you going to do, Ate? I was like, oh, did you just really use that voice on me? So I get up and I like start hitting at him. And he's like, no, my God, I'm sorry. Like, it's an interesting relationship, but Phil is a witness to that.
It's even cuter because Maycon is so little. She's so cute. She's a little fireball of discipline, as we could say.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next question from chat. This one is from my from my friend Crystal. To everyone, which is your favorite joke within Siren's Lament?
Like an inside joke or just a joke in general?
Like a running joke in the fandom?
I want to say a running joke, or I guess in general.
Oh.
Maybe.
Siren's Lament is funny. Just kidding.
Well, I have inside jokes from Siren's Lament from Maycon that I like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I've nicknamed Maycon Fishbait, so she knows that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Sometimes she pops in. I'm just like Fishbait. Hi. That's how I greet her. And then I love voicing Ian voicing Sean. Because what will happen? Ooh, am I fading out here? Hello.
Oh, Robotic
Sorry.
Phil is back. Robotic Phil
Hello?
is back. Hello, you're back.
You're back.
Hello. Okay. It's because it got really quiet, and I'm bothered by it.
Oh.
But what happened is hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I may pop away for a second to readjust, but pretty much what would happen when I was recording for Siren's Lament, even the early episodes, is one thing I'm known for from our little Discord group of voice actors is I overdo it. So what was like I got asked to be part of a visual novel by one of our friends, and I recorded the entire script in like a few hours. Like I or like one day I had gotten it all to her, and she's like, "Why?" She's like, "I wanted you to do chapter 1, not the whole game." And I was just like, "But you gave me the script, so I did it." And then for the royal voices, I would record one script and then I would record another. So they would be getting 2 scripts from me at once. So Maycon's little bit of my overachieving was I would record for Ian and then I would record for Sean. So the inside joke is when Ian pretends to be Sean, that's my Sean voice that I give Maycon. So it's just when I hear Ian pretend to be Sean, I'm just like, oh, that's the way I record for Sean when I'm giving Maycon a bunch of extra recordings that she's not going to use.
Go big or go home, right?
Oh yeah, constantly.
Yes. I have like a ton of folders. I have like I have a folder of just of the episodes itself. And then I have a folder of quote unquote bloopers, but it's mostly just like Bill's lines of like Sean's lines. And
as you become friends with me, everyone ends up having a Phil folder.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I don't know if it's good or not, but there is a Phil folder for everybody.
That's great.
So all custom made because you all get different things.
Yes, but
oh my God.
okay. What about you, Miso? Is there like a joke within the Siren's Lament, I guess, fandom or in general that's your favorite?
I guess Ian the goldfish sort of thing. The inside joke that Ian is named after a goldfish, but he just doesn't really know the entire time. There's also the Sean the stripper thing. Ian always teases Sean about being a part-time stripper. And Tua the tuna. A lot of people call like Tua tuna. So I thought that was pretty cute. So I think in one chapter, I forget which one. Like I don't even know which chapter is which. If you give me a number, I'm like, I do not know what that chapter is. But I think because of the reader's responses and how people often refer to Tua as like tuna, he does mention it in one of the chapters when I think, hopefully this isn't a spoiler to anybody, but I'm pretty sure it's like, it's Past episode 60, definitely.
Wait, what? Huh? Oh no.
Okay, well, Tua it's not really a spoiler, but he mentions like, oh yeah, that's me, Tua the Tuna. That was inspired by just like, the readers.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
My favorite was when people started to comment about, oh shoot, I don't know if that's a spoiler or anything.
What?
Sean is Ariel.
Oh yeah, there's that.
That was my favorite for a while. And I was like, oh, it makes sense.
He's basically male Ariel.
Love it. I love it. And we just gotta have him to sing for a little bit, you know what I mean?
She's like, love it, want it, gotta have it.
All right. Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speaking of jokes and gags, what are your favorite jokes from the Siren shorts?
I actually don't have a joke per se, but I like how soft Ian tends to get in the shorts.
Yeah, he could be a soft boy.
I love the chibis.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Swiggy Swooty. I forgot.
Swiggy Swooty. I remember your recordings for those.
I made that the thumbnail because I found it.
I completely see that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. There's things that I've recorded for, but I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember recording for that one. And then it's like, oh yeah.
That was hilarious. God. I love it. Okay. One question from Cham again. When coming up with the plot of your story, how do you overcome writer's block? More serious note, I guess.
Oh. Honestly, like especially with deadlines, you kind of don't really have time to have writer's block, but it does happen. I feel like it happened to me like a few weeks ago, especially if there's a really long script that I have to write for a chapter. I'm always constantly changing it. And when I'm constantly changing it, I feel like that's when I have writer's block because I'm not really quite satisfied with the script. But I think it's similar to like when you reach a roadblock and stuff. Sometimes you just gotta take a break. Listen to some music, maybe think of something else for a while and then come back to it. Maybe take a day off if you could afford to, take a day off. But yeah, pretty similar advice.
Sorry. No, but yeah, I feel like on writer's block too. So, same thing like what Phil mentioned. I write scripts for my friend's YouTube channel, which is Royal Voices, and I write scripts really, really slowly because it takes so much energy to kind of just think of what you want to put onto quote unquote paper or like on a document and try your best to kind of tell the story in what you were intentionally thinking. And writer's block sucks. So this kind of like sort of leads to the next question. But I usually listen to music every time when I want to do something to kind of like keep you motivated. So what kind of music do you usually listen to kind of keep you in work mode or just to kind of inspire you to keep working?
I have a really random mix of music. I listen to a lot of genres, so it just really depends on my mood. Let me open Spotify for a moment and see what I've been listening to recently.
How about you, Phil? Do you listen? What kind of music do you listen to in general?
I've listened to J-pop. I've listened to Vocaloid, which I end up covering. I have a lot of warm-up songs that I sing to warm up. So sometimes I'll, like, before I even got in here, I told Macon, I'm like, I'm warming up, and that's what I was doing, is I was singing Be More Chill, which has been the ones that I go to recently. And then I will sing, like, there's plenty of Utaites that I love to listen to right now. I like Cradness, I like Eve. I want to do covers of their work. I listened to Breath of the Wild soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah, I voice link a lot, so I still like doing that. What else? I Clean Bandit. I like Clean Bandit a lot.
Oh. Hello?
Phil? Hello?
Phil. Robotic Phil is back. Wait. Phil? Eh?
Hello? Hi.
Oof. You're a bit staticky, just a little bit.
1 second, okay? I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to fix it.
Okay.
Okay.
How about in the meantime, I list some of the things that I was listening to this week.
Mhm.
So I think this week I was listening to a lot of Billie Eilish. I was blasting Nicki Minaj today.
Oh.
It came out with a new single, which is great. I was listening to Click by Kanye West, and also some Taiwanese drama music that I watched like from 10 years ago or so. I just was feeling nostalgic, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this Taiwanese music.
Oh. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I have
So it's just like a really random mix of music.
Oh yeah, no. I feel it too, because like I also have like some type of like range as well. Usually when I work, it's either sometimes video game lo-fi remixes, or
the Wii Shop channel.
Or the Wii Shop channel. I mean, like, that is the most tremendous track ever. Sometimes you listen to the 10-hour track, which is so great. But sometimes I also listen to Pink Sweats. Lately, I've been listening to Emotional Oranges, which is really nice. And I don't really listen to Billie Eilish as much, because I think it was I watched one of her music videos one time. I heard her one of her singles on like on the radio when I was driving home from school, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's like I can vibe to this. I watched the video and I'm like, I think I'm gonna have like nightmares after this. Oh shit!
I love it.
It's so intense, but it's like you can't look away from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, okay, when you listen to it, I didn't really expect to get that kind of vibe. But
he's like a sad angel.
Yeah. So it's very cinematic if you think about it. Ooh. Ugh. Yes. But in regards to music, it's like in a range of lo-fi, video games in there a little bit. Maybe some anime openings. And then some Korean drama OSTs. Just to get, into the emotional type of like vibe, I guess. I don't know. All right.
Ironically, I don't think I've ever used music to get into an emotion. I know it's a great thing to use when people need it, but I've personally never needed to. But it's only made funnier when I'm cold reading, and lo and behold, one of our good friends, or Maycon, puts on a particular song because they're like, wait, you guys, we need to set the mood. And then they put a music on while I'm actually like, and half the time they don't know what I'm cold reading until I'm like a few lines in. So there's that game. They're just like, whose script is he reading from now? So I've done that a lot.
Great.
But that's kind of like, you know, setting like a visual picture, just adding like sound in there, and then boom, like everyone else just like bursts into tears because they're like, oh wait, no, this is like a scene from like a guy standing in the rain confessing his love to somebody, and then you just hear like rain in the background or something.
Feels.
You gotta set the feels in motion, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or, you know, completely ruin it, because sometimes I've read and then I hear the Wii Shop channel go on and I'm like, okay.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. It there's like a motivational type of vibe with it. It's so golden. It's so golden.
Yeah, everyone Maycon stands the Wii Shop channel.
Yes.
And the Miiverse channel, so
They know it's me when I just put it into the Discord.
Yeah, if it gets too quiet in the Discord, she's like, well, let me put this on, and then lo and behold, I hear it. And every time I hear it, I laugh, because I know exactly who did it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm like, I stand behind it, so I'm not. You can like arrest me for it, but I'm just like, I'm never gonna stop.
Oh, never stop, please. I love it. Okay.
Okay. Let's ask if there is any other type of webtoons that you read as well, just in general. Do you read other content creators webtoons as well?
Yeah, I do. We actually have a sort of creators chat, and then we there's like a webtoon discussion sort of thing. We're like, oh my gosh, you did so well this week.
Oh, you guys that's so wonderful. Oh my god.
But I feel like there's too many to list, and I would feel bad if I missed some.
Oh, I don't worry. I have a big list of webtoons that I love and then have just fallen behind, or a bunch of new ones where I'm like, I really want to read this, and it just sits on my list, and I'm just like, I'm gonna read you because I like you and I like your art, but I, for the love of God, just lose track of the time.
Yeah, also like I do read some other webtoons, but the thing is like I'm not 100% caught up with all of them.
I know.
So it's like, oh yeah, I gotta, yeah.
Like, I don't know if Macon stole anyone, but I am voicing and we're working on a dub of Luff for our friend Ali Z Nation. And so yeah, Macon's editing for that. And I love that webtoon too, and I'm behind. And I hate it. I'm just like, I need to catch up. Oh my goodness.
I don't think I'm caught up with Left either. I remember starting on it.
Oh, I love it. And then there was what was the other one that I'm way behind, and I got hooked on that one, and that one's been going forever. I think it was Cheese in the Trap. I love that one.
Yeah. There's so many chapters though. I don't think I'm caught up either. I forget where I left off too.
I think I just finished season 5 or something. Where's the other one? Load Webtoon. I had to pull up my list because there's so many that I'm like, I love this, and I haven't. Oh Holy. I love Oh Holy. I love this animation style, and I love cold reading that one. Haven't caught up on Gourmet Hound. I'm going to be going down this list.
Is so good.
Season. Like they just ended a season.
Oh my god! I'm so
it would be a really good time to catch up.
You're right. Miss Abbott and the Doctor. I did recordings for that for Whisper. Or not for Whisper. Was that for? No, that was for.
No. Whisper
that must have been for. Who did I record Miss Abbott and the Doctor for?
I forgot, but I remember watching like the first episode.
Now I feel so sad now.
Oh no!
Who am I forgetting? My memories.
Wait, let me for your one.
Fishbait, my memories are bad. Okay. Let's So Luff, I want to read My Deepest Secret because that looked interesting, and I don't get to play Yandere as much. And he just looks like a perfect nice guy that's creepy, and it's great. Let's Play. I'm glad I'm caught up with that, but I need to.
Yay!
Oh my god.
I need to work on my own dub for that. I'm so behind. I actually had that plan so long ago, and I have the first episode recorded, but then one thing went to another, and I'll get it done eventually. Like, I know it's something that I want to work on. Sub-Zero. I do have Sub-Zero, which I think,
Sub-Zero.
which I think tomorrow I have Fig. I think Fig, who's doing the Sub-Zero, I think I'm going to be in a chat with her in June to talk about Sub-Zero. And I'm nervous about that one because I'm just like, I was nervous when they're like, hey, you want to be Cairo? I'm just like, are you sure? But I actually did that with Ian too. Ian's like, you want to be Cairo? And you want to be Ian? And I'm just like, are you sure?
Oh my god. That was so long ago. Oh
yeah,
no.
that was so long ago, and I still remember it because I was like, are you? Yeah, I constantly am like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, and then of course I do it because I'm like, I'm not gonna not do it, and it's just made me happy. I'm doing a dub of For You, which is a silent comic. Like, there is not much text. Like, there's not much speaking, so it's all like sound effects. But oh my god, I love that. I love that artist, and I'll link it in the normal chat and YouTube chat because I love boosting her. Like, I have to put it on Twitter, but I bought one of her enamel pins for one of her characters, and it's the cutest damn thing in the world. But it's such a sweet art style, and I pay for it because it's only like $1. She's from Germany. It's just a beautiful, beautiful story, and the characters are cute and fun, and so I was just sitting there like, can I do a dub? And I know some people sit there going, there's no talking, like, but
It'll be great. You will do fantastic.
well, that's the fun thing about it, is the things that don't have talking, there's still reaction sounds, and there's still things that can paint a picture without taking away from the art or taking away from what you're looking at or what you're feeling. Just because there's no talking doesn't mean there isn't emotion. So it's cool to like, okay, well, let's put this together and see how it looks and sounds, and that'll be fun to do. See, I have so many. Like, I'm behind on, which one am I behind on? Eggnoid I'm behind on. I thought that one was really cute. Days of Hana. I love Days of Hana, and
I'm not caught up with that one.
I'm very behind on that one. And from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like a good thing. Because Megan just sat there going, oh no, and I'm just like, oh.
No, but I need to okay, so I saved it because a friend of ours, Maddie, she's like, oh, you should read it because it's really good. And I'm like, okay, so I saved it, but I never touched it. And then like all of the sub web comics that I've saved, they're all starting to finish. I'm like, but wait, should I start it or I don't know, but I want to read it.
Same creator as
Is it Orange Marmalade?
Orange Marmalade, yes.
Orange Marmalade. Orange Marmalade. I know I read that.
It's an older web.
There it is.
Like the vampire one, right?
Yeah. I haven't read it, but I have it sitting here next to Where Tangents Meet as I read Where Tangents
Please don't read Where Tangents Meet. Just don't do it.
I'm sorry, Miso, but I'm doing a dub for it. It's gonna be read whether you want it or not.
Well,
I was asked to be part of a dub. I have to read it.
All right. Well, I'll try not to read it and still do the dub at the same time.
I actually read the recent, the next episode for Where Tangents Meet for Maycon, and surprise, she got 2 characters read for her.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I still gotta cut the audio for that one, but woo! I have the file.
And a formal apology to Amberger. I feel so bad because I remember working with her and I miss working with her. And she did talk to me a while back that she's going to be getting back into doing Miss Abbott and the Doctor. And I love the style of Miss Abbott and the Doctor. It's this very traditional looking, old school, 30s cartoon look, and I just wonderful style. So you guys are so amazing. All different styles, all different looks, and they're all, eye-catching. They're wonderful to read, wonderful to see, and goodness, my gosh, such talented people.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So talented, just like you, Phil.
Just like you, adding another element on top of all of that. You know what I mean?
An element that doesn't need to be there.
No, whatever.
I know.
We appreciate it. It's super amazing when it's just like, whoa, you could do that.
It's a huge privilege to be able to be part of all these things. I was happy when Maycon asked me. I was happy when Fig asked me. I was happy when Amberger asked me. Like, there's so many people. And now that I list them, I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of people that have come to me to be in Webtoons. And I love every second of it. So, oh my goodness. Which one do I list? Do I read anything that isn't love? Probably not. Axed makes me laugh. I love Axed. That was a fun webtoon. She's a part-time, or she was a hero that like she's like the worst time to be her hero. Like everyone became friends, so now she's without a job. So it's just her like doing various odd jobs and being really bad at it.
Ooh.
And they have like so they have like 2 additional big characters. There's a wood nymph, and she's adorable, but she makes life hard. And then there's a demon who makes life hard because he feels like it. And it's just and she's just done with life, and it's the funniest thing ever. She's just
I haven't gotten around to reading Axed yet.
Oh, when you get time, if you need a laugh, that's a good place to go.
Great. There's just so many webtoons.
I know.
Especially to catch up on. Like, it's crazy. I remember before, like back in 2014, before I started working for them, there was just like, only so many webtoons. Now there's just like a buttload. I can't even catch up with, but it's awesome. I love it.
I know you're so busy with Siren's Lament, but I would love to see your other like art illustrations and stuff. I bet they're adorable and amazing.
Yeah, I do wish I had
to see your anatomy.
Oh.
I have a friend who falls over it. And she mentioned, she was like, oh, if there was like a part of like your of the anatomy that you like draw, what's like your favorite part to draw? I don't know.
Do I have to answer that?
No.
You don't have to.
Definitely not legs.
Another question. Do you have a favorite webtoon artist you like to collaborate with?
Collaborate? Huh. I can't really say I've done too many collaborations, or I don't think I've really done any collaborations. I'm trying to think. There've been like some exchanges, I guess.
If like if you were to like collaborate with somebody, who would it be?
Oh, I just think it's really funny because I had this talk with Kenny. You guys know Kenny Comics. He writes some music stuff. We were just joking around with each other like some time ago, and he was like, we're just saying, what if I collaborated with Kimchi and Lifelight and we made just like an ultimate love triangle story? I think that would be great.
Oh, it would be amazing.
Oh my god, the social media platform would go crazy. Literally. I don't know if you've seen there's also another music artist. I think she goes by Isabel. she
Mhm.
did the recent music track for My Dear Cold-Blooded King.
Oh.
It was so good. Like even the tracks are on Spotify, I think.
Oh.
But it's super insane how they're, I don't know, there's just music incorporated with like chapters, and it kind of just uh my heart can only handle so
Yeah,
much.
Kenny needs to put his stuff on Spotify. Shoot.
I thought it'd be like SoundCloud or something, because I don't know.
Oh, right.
Because there's some artists that kind of do that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I'm not too sure.
I'm not really sure how it works. I'm just mostly familiar with Kenny's stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. But anyways,
Oh my goodness. I'm just so glad to be in a chat and not at work.
That's awesome.
Okay, question. Oh my gosh. Question for Phil and Macon. Do you have a favorite kind of character to voice? Dark, sarcastic, flirty, etc. Phil, do you want to go first?
Flirty.
Perfect.
Yeah, I need to be careful. It gets me in trouble. But yeah, no, flirty characters are great. Wild characters are cool, just because it's fun to, be loud or
I could
to
see
be
that.
like really intense. Like those feelings are like really visceral, and it's just really cool to do. And I could give you the type that I don't like to voice.
Okay, what type is that?
I don't like voicing Shotas. I can do it. I could do it. I do it very well. They're just not fun for me. So, so when auditions come out and I see one, of course I put in my audition for it. It's kind of like a basic, but then once you do it, you're like, please let me get not that one. And then I get that one, and I'm just like, okay, well, here we go. Let's do it. Give him your best. But ooh. Hello, hi. Oh my goodness. It's just like he's just this wimpy wimp, and you're just like
Amazing.
Yeah, no. So definitely characters like Ian. They're very fun to be.
Very fitting. Very
char-
fitting for you.
Characters that are easy are characters like Sean, which was why I was surprised when Macon asked me to be Ian, because I was like, you sure you don't want me to be Sean? I mean, because before Macon, that's who I would get cast for. Like I get cast for these really nice guy characters that are, the guy next door, your big brother, those were the ones that I would get, and I was fine with that. But to be able to be someone fun, and to the simplest way of saying, someone who's more entertaining to be around, it's great. It's like just yes.
What about you, Macon?
Okay, so I told this to several of like our friends in the VA community. So recently I haven't really been too serious with voice acting, because I don't consider I don't really consider my confidence, or well, like my confidence level is kind of pretty low, but I kind of just do it on a whim.
Girl, embrace your talent. Embrace it.
I try, but if for a comfortable range or kind of character to do, it's kind of like I would say the very not energetic person, but the very happy-go-lucky person.
Oh,
I guess.
Chaco.
Yeah. Because
My hero.
Recently, someone casted me as Ochako and asked me to be a part of a fandom, and I hopped onto a call with them, and they gave me live direction, and I've only done live direction twice, including that call that happened like a few days ago. And
excuse you.
No,
like I
because like
haven't directed you or anything.
well, I mean, I get so nervous, and then they're like, "Hey, it's okay," and I'm like, "But I get so
Make you
nervous."
nervous?
But yeah, I'd probably say like the happy-go-lucky characters, and I also got casted as a mom, and this is in actually in our friend's dub for Love. I'm Julian's mom,
Aww.
so she casted me as a mom. So I guess in a more deeper range, or within how my normal voice is, that's how I'm more comfortable, and I feel like it's easiest. So I don't know, but that's in my opinion, general. I had a question, but I forgot it, and I should have written it down.
It'll come. See, this is when those sticky notes would have been helpful.
It's okay. I mean, you're right. I had one right here, but I didn't write it down.
Sounds like Lyra for you. In case you needed to know if she fit the character or not.
No, I do not. I don't think so. I don't think I do.
Well, you voice act her very well.
Oh,
thank you. I clenched my chest because, oh gosh.
Mikokoro.
Mikokoro.
Is Brokero.
Mikokoro is Brokero. Oh no, that's the thing now. Oh my god, I'm taking that with me. I'm putting it in my pocket. I'm gonna carry it around. my Kokoro's Brokero. Oh my god.
Oh wait, okay. The question came back. Okay, so Miso, I'm not sure if you have ever or if you currently play Otome games, but
Otome games.
If there's a certain character that you usually go for, like the type of, I don't know, anime boy tropes, like the cool boy type or the nerdy type, which one would you go for?
So I played Mystic Messenger like probably fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say maybe like earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went for sorry, I'm blanking out on his name. He's the rich guy.
Jumin?
Yeah, Jimin. I went for him.
He's the one I most want to voice. Yeah, Jumin and so sorry.
I think that was kind of an unusual trope for me to pick. Or I don't know. I do like the cool type of dude peoples, but also like the sweet type, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've not played Mystic Messenger, but I've been the model who is I forgot.
Oh, Zen.
Zen. So I've been asked to be Zen. I've been asked to be Yosung. I have voiced I voiced 707 for a couple people. Shoot.
I could see you voicing a lot of the characters from Mystic Messenger.
I've always wanted to voice Jumin, and I haven't. No one's asked me.
I did Zen route first, I think, and then I did Jumin.
Usually, what happens on the voice actor side is, obviously, you know, the comics that are made, and when people do those comics, it's like, well, I'm gonna be the main character, so it makes sense. It just makes sense for them to be like, I'm gonna be Jumin or I'm gonna be 707. So then you get whoever they didn't want to be. So, you know, usually everyone that does a comic dub and needs someone else, they want Jumin. So I never get to be Jumin, and it's like, so it gets frustrating when they're like, well, if you want it, just they're like, well, just make one yourself, and I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, I could do that, but that I want to be chosen. I want the claw to choose me. Sorry, we went to watch Toy Story 4 before I got here. Beautiful movie.
Ooh.
Yet to see it. I might see it on Tuesday though.
Oh, it's sweet. I won't spoil anything, but
Oh my gosh.
very well
Excited.
done.
But if they're okay, Phil. So alternating the question. So remember how when we talked about brothers conflict
Yeah.
and you mentioned that like the MC was like really cute. If there was an Otome game where you had to choose a certain type of person you'd go for, who would it be?
Of a girl?
Like
right?
Yeah, the trope.
Yeah, like the trope.
That's what was horrible is we have a friend named Justice, and he's the first person to throw a slug at me.
Really?
Because well no, it was playful, but it was something that I couldn't deny. So, I would watch the reverse harems because I'm looking at characters that I want to voice,
Mhm.
but I always loved the girl. Like I watched I watched Uda Pri. I was like, "Oh, I like Itoki and I like Tokia. Like I would like to be them." But then, Nanami showed like Nanami's all throughout and I'm just like, "God, she's cute." She's this sweet, and it's horrible because in those animes, those protagonists, they have no personality because they're not the main character, quote unquote. The whole main character is supposed to be the guys. So, the girls have to be quote unquote perfect. So, same thing with Brothers Conflict. All the guys are cool to voice, and I'm just sitting there like, she's so cute. So his slug that he threw at me was like, so you inadvertently have been put into her own harem, like you're part of her reverse harem, and I'm just like, shit, you're right. Like, like I get pulled into her own harem. I'm just like, son of a bitch, I can't. So
That's great.
but on top of it, at least with the reverse harems, since the guys are the ones that are supposed to be perfect, the girls tend to be quote unquote they're either bland or they're more real. So unfortunately, because girl Otome games are, sexy, quote unquote, personality kind of goes away because it's just like, look at them be, oops, boob shot, or oh, I fell on you, and it's like, well, that's fine and dandy, but it's like, where's the lie though? Most of them are they're more fan servicey, and since the fan service for the reverse harems are for the guys, I'm not looking at that. So I'm like, oh, she's so cute, or her friend, the friend from Udapri, she's so pretty. Like, I love sweet types. I'm a sado, so I like to tease. So I do like, not pushovers, but I like flair. I like the fire because it's just so fun to toy. I mean, Meikon knows it. Meikon knows. So many people know it. I love
all the characters.
Yeah, no. So what character is fun to? I love Nisekoi. Nisekoi was one of those few Otome like harem kind of things that I loved.
I heard of that one.
All those girls are cute to me, and I think I like them because when there were parts in that show or in that anime or in that manga where all of them, from what I had saw and what I had known, they were all doing their very best to be themselves. And then like, it wasn't to win him, like the effort was to show that they wanted to make a team out of everything, and they were dedicated in being together on this. So the main character and him are kind of thrown into this thing where it's like, we kind of are stuck together. And so it's one of those slow burns where it's like, oh, well, I actually do like you because we've spent so much time together that you realize that you can't live without the other. And yes, she's angry. Yes, she's spunky, you know, and it's fun to make fun of her. And then you have the other character who she thinks that she's a background character, but she's trying so hard to, you know, be the front and the leading lady of her own life. And that's what makes her so appealing. And, you know, each character has these personalities, despite the fact that they're all different, of them trying their best to be the best they can be in showing someone how special they are. And I love that. So they're like in, like, I think the second opening of the first series, it has a part where like they all say bye to him and they walk home and they start walking slowly because they don't want anyone to know that they're competing, quote unquote. And then they start running and they all run to their own respective homes, which are all different. So they all try their best. They all come from a different line. They come from a different family. They come from a different dynamic, and yet they're trying so hard to be more than just themselves. And I think that that's beautiful. So that was something I loved. And then they're hilarious and fun. So yeah, no, like Tsugumi, she's a little tomboy character that, you know, they put a bow in her hair because she finally got to be, I think they would call her the reverse trap. So when we first introduce her, you think she's a boy, and then, you know, lo and behold, we get our fan servicey shot of him going, "You're a girl," and then, you know, so then she starts seeing herself as a girl around him, and all of a sudden she gets like beyond like nervous. So there's so many cute parts with her where she's running from her own feelings, but you know, like she does like this indirect kiss gif. I can find the gif of it and I'll link that to you guys later, but it's the cutest damn thing because she's like, "I'm gonna kiss you," but she doesn't because she's too nervous, so she does like a 2-finger tap, like an indirect thing. Oh my god. A kiss did not happen, but it felt like it for me. She was so cute. But yeah, no, the definitely characters that are fun to do.
Yeah.
Fun to toy with, and you know, it does get you in trouble, but those are the characters I like. I like the characters that are feisty, and you know, you sit there and go, "God, I would tease you so much because it would be so fun," and then I'd laugh, and then, you know, so maybe that's why I do that to Macon and other people. I'm just like, "You don't like me." And then they sit there so many times, her and our friend Allie and other people are like, "No." But I can't help it. It's not a good thing. But yeah, those kind of characters, definitely characters that are fun to toy with in the most respectful way. I'm not one to hurt people.
Well, Macon, what about you? What about your favorite trope?
This
Other than Ian.
I laughed so nervously at this question because recently I just opened up an Otome game and I regret it so much. I don't know why. But this, I guess, the cool guy trope. I don't know because I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like what happened when I was watching, because I explained to you on Fridays my friends come over and we watch Fruits Basket, and when I first watched it,
that's another one, Toru. Oh no! God damn it!
The optimist.
I love Kyo so much. I love Kyo and I love Hattori. I think it's because they just kind of give off like the cold shoulder type of vibe, but then when it's just like, for example, like it's the character itself and then the MC, the character slowly opens like doors to their emotions or to their heart, and then they kind of like show like their softer side. But like when they're in public, yes.
You like the tsundere type.
I can't help it.
Yeah, she does.
I can't help it. It's so cute, and I cry, and it's great. Like we watched Hattori's episode when Hattori was explaining his story with Kana, and I cried again because it was so good.
Oh no!
Oh gosh, I was rewatching the original, and I kind of questioned myself, like, wait, why do I like Hattori again? And I rewatched it. I'm like, oh, that's why I like Hattori. Oh, that's why. Because he's like, exterior wise, he's like, oh, if you talk to me, I'm not really gonna talk to you. But on the inside, he's like, well, I'm a teddy bear. Like, can you please talk to me? I'd love attention. Like,
The softy on the inside.
Yes. Yes.
I would love to voice any of those boys except Momiji.
Oh my god.
Momiji is
Momiji and Ritsu. I don't like Ritsu very much.
Ritsu. Wait, which one's Ritsu again?
The monkey.
The monkey.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I can relate to Ritsu on a personal level, though.
I think everyone can relate to
Yeah.
Ritsu on a personal level. For Ritsu. But yeah, no, Haru would be fun, and Kyo would be fun, and Yuki is easy to voice because he's sweet, and Shigure is fun because he's a dick. He's a dick in the most loving way.
I was talking to Pan, and she asked me, she's like, okay, Kyo or Yuki? I'm like, I like Kyo because, he can take care of me or something like that. Well, okay. But Pan was like, why not Yuki? I'm like, well, I mean, Yuki's cute too. But she replied with, why not Yuki? Because he could pay for your taxes. And I'm like, but wait, I mean, logically he can. But what about Hattori? Because he's a doctor. Because like he has a big job.
Mekon's like, hold up. You're not woke enough. Hattori.
It just got so real, and she was like, oh, but wait, you're right. If I'm sick, he could take care of me. And it just continued.
Yeah, but Ayame could take care of you, and he could sew you pretty outfits.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He owns a business, and he will treat you like his little doll and dress you up real good.
Dang it, I gotta tell Pan about that later.
Gotta think about your choices.
You're right.
In fact, the only one who couldn't take care of you is Shigure, and yet he would be perfect.
I mean, at least he has a house.
He does have a house that his family breaks. Oh god.
He just breaks it though, which is sad.
I love that line. He's like, why does everyone break my wonderful house? And it's just like
yeah, that's okay. There's also like another thing that like my friends kind of tease me about. Every time when they notice, or we kind of play this game, like what kind of character is this person, like, is my favorite or something. Phil knows this because he knows the type of trope that I love.
Because they're always the characters I want to voice because they're fun.
For some odd reason, they just happen to be the white-haired characters or the dark-haired characters. Which
and my rule of thumb is if I look at the characters and go, that one would be fun to voice, chances are that's the one Mekon likes.
You already know.
I'm guilty for it.
I think it's cute. Don't worry about it.
Like Graham from Compound. He's white hair. His hair is white hair, but I love him so much.
Ironically, a character I would like to voice and never got to, and he's not a fun character. I like his personality.
Yeah.
And she's a sweetheart, the main girl. So I like I love the food aspect of that webtoon. I need to catch up on it.
Yes.
So good. So good. Okay, we started the stream 83 minutes ago. Oh my gosh, we talk like Lolas.
And here, Mekon was scared. She was nervous, like, what if they're dead air? I don't want it to be awkward and silent. I'm like, you're
I think we're doing a good job.
Be fine. Thank you. Thank you for giving her that, because I told her that too, and I was just like, you're thinking you're thinking too much about this. You're gonna be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
see now you have 2 reassurance.
You're right. but I'm still so nervous. Even though it's
even after like 80 minutes.
even after like 80 minutes, I'm still nervous. I'm like, oh, hey, nice to see you.
You're fine.
Other random thing that I do is I will go on Tumblr or Twitter, and I'm just looking at people's OCs. I'm like, I want to voice that OC. And I've done that a lot, where I'm just like, and then sometimes I'm just like, can I voice your OC for you? And it's always nervous to ask those things because, you know, I'm sure you know better than anyone, me, so that, you know, your OCs are yours. They're for you. You made them. So you know, I get nervous because it's like, I want to voice your OC. And at the same time, I'm like, but that's yours. And, you know, you have your headcanons, you have your things that you know, it's not a fandom thing. I think it's a little more personal. And I know that that's hard. It's hard to just sit there but I love to do it. There's so many, like, I follow, what does he go by now? He was a huge Neji-ten, and he changed his name, but I knew him as Baineys, and I voiced his characters. I voiced my friend Marima's characters. He did like a werewolf character, and no one's heard those recordings except him. And Hubbity Hubba on Tumblr. Oh, she does centaur stuff, and all her characters are all diverse and colorful. And I voiced a few things for her, and that was so fun. And I love OCs so much. They're so fun to just give a little voice to just for a second. And sometimes I'll just like, hey, I made this thing for you. Listen to it if you want.
It's great. It really is great. You do a really good interpretation of characters, and you could tell that you get a feel for like a specific type of character.
You're so sweet, because I sit there and send things to Maycon for Ian and stuff. I'm like, this is not going to be good. And then she'll sit there and go, no.
It's great.
Yeah, no, and every time, even if I've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it, I'll sit there and send it to her and go, this is probably not going to be great. Please, for the love of God, tell me if I need to re-record it, because I will.
So humble.
And then every time she tells me, no, it's okay, it's good, I'm like, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Because I have this recording here that I redid so many times. Like I did that when I was recording for Cairo, and Fig had to deal with that. I'm just like, I don't know if I did a good job. And I did that for, what else did I do that for? I think the only one I didn't do that for was Landon, and I actually like the Landon character. But yeah, no, so often I'm just like, I'm gonna make this, and I don't think they're gonna like it.
No, it turns out great. I love it.
No, you guys are nice, but
I think that's also one thing that's kind of interesting and kind of amazing to see, is that this is like in my personal opinion, but when you get audio in general and then you kind of piece it together to kind of listen to how it comes alive. And it's so cool because, okay, I tell this to Phil all the time. I dread audio editing so much.
Like compiling all of them together.
Yeah, because it takes so long and it takes so much energy. And for me, it just,
I can imagine.
It takes like, there's like certain sound effects, I guess, that you kind of picture. And then when you look through a library, I have a sound effect library also. And you kind of just go through it, try to find the perfect sound to kind of stimulate that type of picture. It sucks because it takes forever.
We should compare libraries. I wonder how big my sound effect library is.
Yeah, my sound effect library isn't that massive, but it's something.
You do know that you can ask me for sound effects, right?
I always do that though. Sometimes.
Well, I don't remember.
But I mean, like you gave me the subway sound effect for love.
Was that? Oh yeah, that was recent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Is it really hard to find sound effects?
I've spent years compiling my sound effects, so that's why
Wow.
it's not hard for me to get sound effects,
Because you
and
have
that's
to
why I
imagine.
always offer, because I'm like, hey, I have a lot. So,
That's
and
good.
then it's only made funnier when like I have someone go, hey, do you have sound effects for this? And then I send them like 6 different ones, and they're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that many. And it's like, well, one of these might work. I don't want to tie you down to one sound effect. You might find it in 4 different things. So yeah, no. Epidemic Sound, ooh, I do love Epidemic Sound, but they have a license. I like, which I think I have it with my YouTube partnership, which I'm happy for. But I know Epidemic Sound is hard to come by. It's a gift. So yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing with myself? Probably nothing. Um, oh, random character that she makes me weak is Mercy from Overwatch. She makes me smile. I don't know why. She showed up in a new she in the newest cinematic they did. She showed up and did her little, playful smirk because she's smarter than everybody. I was so happy. She's so cute and pretty. I wish Mercy were real. Okay. Anyway, back to talking about sound effects. Yeah, no, I have years and years of compiled sound effects, background music, stuff from anime. Let me take a look. I have fairy tale background music, Cowboy Bebop, Beyond the Boundary, some Kaicho wa Maid-sama. I use a lot because that's good. That's good. What's the word? Shoujo style music. Ino X Boku, Hyoka. I love Hyoka. Um, Danchi Kokose no Nichijo. That was a fun anime. Ao Haru Ride. I love that anime, and that
That's
music was
so
good.
good.
Noragami, Nyankoi, Ore Imo. Not a good anime, good music. Especially for mixing. Seitoka Yakuindomo, fun anime, dirty anime.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
uh,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not gross. It's a comedy. And comedy animes are great for finding music like that because it's this upbeat, sweet, music good for outdoors and stuff. And then you go to those, things like Aoharu Ride or Fairy Tale and stuff where it's like you get these more grand pieces where you can use them for something dramatic or something dark or something like that. So
That makes sense.
you, you pretty much that's part of the reason why we should watch anime when we're mixing and stuff is because you listen to it and it goes, wait, that music's really good to use. Like, what are we gonna? I need to. Okay, I was looking at the chat. I do need to see Dororo. It looks like a good anime, and I would like to see it. I
I
just
haven't
haven't.
heard of it.
They have
Dororo.
that one.
Dororo is actually, I believe it's a readaptation of an old anime, and it looks really good. And there's some moments in it that I've seen on Tumblr and stuff where I'm like, this is really well done. I from what I've been told, from what I've seen, the main character is blind, and he's an amputee, so
Oh.
he's pretty much like a robot almost, and he has like swords in his arms, so he's like a weapon, and he it's just cool to see the interactions that they give this character, that they're so different from a normal anime feel. So it's definitely something that I have in my huge backlog of games and anime and webtoons, and just
I think I
I'm
have seen
there.
a clip of it before. Like since you've mentioned it, I think I have seen like a very short clip of that anime.
I'm getting buried in my backlogs, you guys.
It makes me
It's
so
not
sad though
good.
because I don't really have time to watch anime. Like when I work, I could only really like listen to stuff like on Netflix, so I can't really watch anime if it's not dubbed in English. So yeah, there's that. So it's hard to catch up
Yeah.
on like Japanese anime unless it's translated or dubbed.
That's why I love doing fandoms.
It's great. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I've shied away from that
Oh.
because people don't look too highly of it. So I still do them. I just don't promote them as much as I used to. And on my channel, like I have 2 planned. One was with Whisper. I'm planning one with Whisper, and then I'm planning one with my friend Buzzlebee, who is doing her and her friend are doing an abridged series that I'm in for Voltron. So I'm playing Shiro and Keith in that.
Oh, yeah.
So and those are fun interactions.
Exciting.
But I'm voicing another, like on my channel right now, I have one from My Little Monster, Tonari no Kaibutsu, and I love that anime. He's a fun person who I did a clip a long time ago. I hated it, so I redid it, and it sounds much better. That's on my channel, and I'm gonna do another one from that one, and then I have the what is it? Shinigami? No, Angels of Death. That's the one with Whisper. I have an Angels of Death anime clip that I would like to do. And that's going to be a fun character because he's very wild and violent, and that'll be cool.
Sounds fun.
I never get to be violent, so.
But you have such a sweet character. You actually just
I know. And just, hello, nice to meet you. Hi. Like I have season 2, episode 134 up, and I just called Lyra Make. Oh, how the tables have turned. Oh god. Yeah, no, that's useless. I mean, we've still got the whole rest of the ocean to search. I highly doubt he's going to be in that same spot. And then here's Lyra pouting, and it's so adorable. So yeah, no, and that's Makon. Makon pouting. What do you mean? And my idea isn't good enough. It's like that's not what I meant.
I'm a quote whisper. Don't at me. Oh no.
Oh yeah. So
what's funny is that I got my cousin. I casted her as Cohen.
So I remember your cousin.
Yeah, my cousin comes over during the summer because my brother and I teach, we give him like swimming lessons. So we jumped into the water, and then for some odd reason, she calls me a siren all the time, and I get mad at her because I'm just like, Jilly, I understand, but call me Ate, don't call me siren, because don't do that. And she's like, but Ate, you are a siren. I'm like, no, I'm not.
That's adorable.
You're a fish bait.
Ate fish bait.
Yeah, no.
The joke continues.
Yeah, no, my joke. Hey, I invented that joke. That was long before.
Yeah.
Because I mean, surprise! The second you bought those industrial size sticky notes, I was just like, "You're Lyra."
No, don't expose me.
Embracing the character.
No. I just opened it. Actually, Mark saw me open it. I was so happy.
See, we all know, and we all
so exposed. Well, at this point, it's no longer a secret. But like, yes, I have. I have like so many sticky notes, and my dad was like very confused when I put it into the Costco cart. He's like, when are you gonna use this? He's like, when I need it.
Oh, she's like, oh, don't try me. Is that a challenge or a suggestion?
Jesus. Like it, I mean, I couldn't resist because like it was such nice colors, pale blue, pale green, very, very pastel type of like colors, not like neon. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent here. Okay. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Let us get a couple more questions in, or just I'm trying to think. Oh, because we were talking about Toy Story 4. Was there any type of Disney movies or movies in general that I guess that you have been watching recently, or just love to watch like on your free time?
I watch all the Disney movies in my free time. It really makes good background noise, especially when I'm working.
I totally was gonna say the exact same thing. It's great background noise to either you're working or you're sleeping. It's just
And you
perfect
could
to
just
just
like,
have
you
playing.
could basically just quote like everything, like the entire script of whatever Disney movie.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Yes, Emperor's New Groove. I love so under.
I feel like I had that in the background recently too.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I have okay, so earlier I mentioned that like we have a Switch and it's installed in my room, and I usually leave the Switch on its dock, and I usually use it for YouTube or Hulu, and that's where I watch TV.
Oh, I know.
Phil knows. Phil knows, but
I'll be playing Hyrule Warriors or something. I'm like, oh, Macon's on YouTube.
and it probably exposes me of how many hours that I just have YouTube on, because that's where like I play music, or sometimes I just leave an anime on. I think recently I left what was it? I forgot. But I left JoJo on for a while, and then I also left the first couple episodes of Fruits Basket on. But I was listening to the dub. So it was kind of like listening to a podcast, but then again it's like you already know what kind of happens.
Yeah.
Ugh. Also, another random question. Do you listen to podcasts? If so, which ones?
Podcasts. I can't say that I listen to too many podcasts. I like Wonder Girl.
Oh yeah, I've started to listen to them recently.
Yeah. She's great. I love listening to her podcast. But if anything, I like to listen to like Let's Players. Usually like Game Grumps or something, and then that's kind of it.
Game Grumps is good background.
Yeah, they're great background. I love them.
Yeah, I always thought that, I don't know, well, I listen to a lot of Let's Players and just random gamers also. Kind of creates like background noise, and then if I like look back on what they're playing and like a funny moment happens, I could just laugh and then I could just continue working on something. But yeah, I thought it was kind of strange to like listen to just random gamers play, because I've never heard anyone else within like, you know, like my friend group that kind of does that. But yeah. What about you, Phil? Do you listen to anything while you work?
Well, it's hard to when you're mixing. Some music I'll sing to. Usually I will listen to y'all. Because you know, I always look for the Discord calls to be going, and I'll play a Discord call, and during the Discord call I'll sit there and work, and that's usually my easiest thing to do. But when there isn't one and I'm lonely and I need to work, I'll put on a Game Grumps best of, just so it's background fodder. And then I have to turn it off every, few minutes because I'm mixing, so it gets in the way.
I would imagine that would be hard, especially for voice actors, just to listen to stuff in the background, because you have to be making, like, words too, and like, talking and stuff.
Yeah, so it's so even in the calls, like I'll have everyone down in the calls down to like 1%, and it's like it's good for me, and I'm able to edit it out pretty well, so we're good there. It's just it can't be at the point where it's distracting or too loud. So when I'm in a call, that's pretty much what I do. I turn it down to 1, and then I'll record for what I'm on audition or working on a comic dub or something, and then you know, when it's mixing, then it has to go off because I'm working on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, even then you're not really not listening to anything because you're sitting there listening to music, listening to things to put in the dub. So it's not that bad.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, another question from chat. What's your favorite part of Siren, Lament?
The ending.
The ending we don't know. Oh god.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I can't really say I have a favorite part. I enjoy working on it all together. Like, I can't really say I have like, oh my gosh, this is my most favorite part of the comic.
Mm-hmm.
I always joke with Maycon that Ian's gonna die.
No.
So I just sit here and go, "This is the moment, Maycon. This is when I'm gonna die."
Just like some random chapter.
Yeah, no. Every chapter, I'm just sitting here. This is the one. This is the one, Maycon. This is the one where I'm going out. This because I just attribute it to me. I'm like, I'm dying this one, aren't I?
That's hilarious.
Oh, and it's for everything. Like, so for other things that she's had me record for, I'm like, so you're killing me again, right?
Oh my god. Okay. No, don't. That breaks my heart. Ow. But okay, I was mentioning this to Ali. There are certain episodes that the dub can get to, and if there's one that I really, really want to get to, is when Crim makes his appearance.
Oh.
And Sean's confession. Those are the 2 episodes I really want to get to.
Ooh.
Really have I have a big.
I'd be excited.
But I want to get. I don't know if it's just me, but I just get so excited to just put something together just to see what would happen.
Well, you do it really well.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
It looks like you got a question from Eric Dunson, Maycon. When did you guys start working together?
When did you guys start working together? Wait.
Where is that email?
I sent you a message on Tumblr. That's how.
Was it Tumblr?
Yeah, that's how.
Oh my god, let me see. Let me go to Tumblr.
I want to say 2016.
It's so old that I can't retrieve it. That's wait a minute. Here we go. Sunny apple pie. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm really going back. Oh, I found it.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see. The last thing you messaged me on Tumblr was November of 2017.
Oh.
The October 25th, 2017 was the last thing I can retrieve on Tumblr. And it was for one of the acting workshops that I was in. Oh, there were hugs and you're so good at what you do. Oh god.
I'm very expressive.
I'm gonna blush again.
I'm very expressive with gifts.
Oh, and I'm very expressive with emojis because I know that some of my texts come off as rather brazen. So I'm just like, let me put emojis so that they know that I'm not mad or something. It just keeps going, Maycon. Okay, I'm hitting September. Wow. Okay, so it's been a long time.
It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Let's see. What's happening? What was happening that night? Oh, the episode 16 I sent to you September 21st, 2017, and I said, I hope they're all right. Please let me know if they're all right. Wow, it's almost like I still do that. Yeah, no. So it's been the same ever since, except there's more teasing involved.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for, and yet at the same time I don't, because Macon doesn't get me for anything other than Ian, which is fine.
Wait.
Wow, so much shade.
No.
It's love shade. It's it's a Pokemon move. Instead of Nightshade, it's love shade.
Okay. But how long has it been? 109 minutes. Woo!
Wow.
Woo!
It's sort of funny because the whole like teasing thing, like, oh, this is where I die, sort of thing. I think when my brother, he grew his hair out like I want to say like 2 years ago, but I think he used to be like, oh, I'm Tua. He was like, you put me in your comic, and then there was, you know, when what happens to Tua in like around chapter like 60 something. My brother was always for a time he kept trolling me and he kept saying like, why'd you kill me off? Are you gonna kill me off?
Oh god.
And the truth is I was supposed to kill Tua off. But I became so much of a softie. There's actually like several moments where I was supposed to kill off a certain character, but then like I changed the path of the story. So there's that.
So interesting. Oh my god.
Well,
no,
I love Tua, and I'm glad he's alive.
Yes.
Yeah, originally he was supposed to be dead.
Was that where he was gonna die?
Yes.
Oh shit.
But then I was like, oh, well, I still have use for him in the future. So
that is an even funnier description. I still have use. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Look, a new webtoon. A new webtoon to add to my. Oh, the style's cute. There's a new webtoon out. It's called Shiloh. So I'm gonna link this to add to your all backlogs, because I don't want to feel this guilt on my own of finding something that I want to be part of or want to read and then never get to it.
There's so many.
Why do they have to be so damn good? You know,
the art's so well done too. Like,
Eric.
Don't even hold on. There's a lot of webtoons that I follow that are on Discover also. That's so well done. But anyways.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on Discover. There's a bunch on Discover.
So it's almost 6:30. We could like squeeze in like maybe 1-2 questions in, and then we'll probably end the stream here.
Okie dokie.
So, and y'all, what am I doing? Oh no!
Good too. Oh no!
Oh wait, no. Spoilers. I got past Crim, so I need to. I'm finding my place again because it knows where I am in my phone, not on my actual computer. So I'm sitting here catching up.
Yeah.
Why is she still upset? I did what you wanted, right? Have I always been this bad at reading the moment? Yes. Oh, the parentheses is great. Oh god. You see, so I'm catching up, but I'll leave that there. No Streamlabs.
One last question for me would be, which character was interesting to write in general?
Interesting.
I love it. Best answer.
Can I say which character was the most kind of challenging to write?
Yeah.
Aaliyah.
Oh.
Aaliyah was kind of the most challenging to write. because in earlier chapters, like I couldn't really reveal certain things, but it had to, you know, relate to the future chapters without giving away too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like she has certain intentions and she has like, you know, her past. So she's pretty fun to write.
I knew so many people that, you know, once she showed up, they're like, oh no, I don't like her. She's breaking up this love triangle and I don't like it. Like there was so much going on with Aaliyah, and it's great. I think she's very well written.
Thank you. Yeah, and there's still more of her past to reveal too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Stop! No, don't expose me. Oh no.
It's so cute. Don't. Why do you do that? You're fine. I think it's the cutest thing ever.
But do you have any questions?
Me? Do I have permission to continue voicing it? I'm like, do I have your blessing?
Of course you do.
Oh yay.
You're doing
Sitting
great.
here like a marriage. I'm just like, can I take care of your child?
Take him.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't want him. Sorry, Ian.
Oh no, it's fine. And by all means, if there's ever a line you need recorded, if you need it for literally anything, I will probably give it to you.
I'm still really happy with the Swiggity Swooty.
Oh yeah, no, you could tell me to have Ian. It's like, what do you want Ian to say? I'll make him say it.
I mean,
oh my god.
she's on the server. She can probably access all of those audio files anyway.
Oh my god. Oh no. I'm glad that you made the server late because there's so many other things that are in there. Hi, I'm Sean, and it's like, oh, whatever.
So,
I was on it too.
Mikon, you added me to the Discord server that you have, right? So would there be like audios on there?
Yeah, I know my audios are on there a lot.
So I like raw audio, but I was going to actually I could do that now. I could just make the finished audio files and I could just put them in there. Because I did that before, but then I didn't think no one would listen to it, so I just took it out.
Oh. So I could be a sneaky, creepy creeper and like just kind of lurk and listen to stuff.
Can I add you on Discord, Miso? I promise not to spam you.
Yeah, sure.
Me too.
Oh, yay.
Okie dokie.
And I'm gonna just throw in Pan-chan because I haven't ever talked to her. I have talked to Pan-chan, haven't I?
I think maybe she's not too active on.
If not, we should. I will gladly.
She's a jazz.
I will gladly sit around and voice everything for everyone constantly.
Right. To close things off, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Thank you for all of you, for all the work that you put into making the dubs. It's been a real pleasure to watch you guys grow. For the past 2 years? That's amazing. And like you're not even obligated to make these videos, but you could just see like so much passion put into making these audios, and like I could tell that you guys have fun with it and you give it your all, and it's really amazing, and I'm really flattered to have a part in it too.
Well, I'm very honored, and I cannot wait to be in something official, and then you could sit there and go, yeah, that guy that voiced my fish boy. And at the same time, and then, swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty. Oh my God.
That's the perfect way to close the
Yes.
chat.
Oh my God.
Swiggity swooty.
But
My Kokoro is Brokero. I still adore that.
yes. But to the chat, thank you guys for coming out.
Yes.
And we will probably, maybe we could do this, next time.
That'd be super fun. And thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course.
Oh, thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Yes.
It was a great honor.
Well, I'm really happy that I got to have this moment with you guys, or just chill, hang out.
Oh no, that's so wonderful and amazing.
Thank you again for coming out and for talking with us. And I hope everyone had a fun time.
I know I did, Fishbait. But so I'm gonna pop off as well because I have to go cut a birthday cake because it is my brother's birthday. So
Happy birthday to your brother.
I will tell them you said happy birthday. That's wonderful.
Hey,
So,
people said happy birthday.
hey. I will. And I'm in my recording booth and it is very hot in here.
Okay. Cool down.
Yeah. I need to get out and then I'll be back to record for something else. So bye chat. You're all amazing and awesome. And I'll talk to you soon, Miso, and Mekan. I will talk to you probably later today. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.